All right, now in example number 5, we're going to go ahead and we're going to be solving these crunchy little guys. And if you take a look at this, you say, oh, wow, it has a power of 4 in there. How are we going to do something like that? All right, so we're going to do this really neat substitution, and we're going to be doing a u substitution. So we're going to be able to define a variable u, and so basically we're going to rewrite this equation so that it's in the form of au squared plus bu plus c equals 0. So we're going to rewrite this so it's in standard form. Okay, so basically this is how this kind of problem works here. Okay, so notice that the u right here is going to replace this guy right here. Okay, it's going to replace the x to the power 4. So if I want to rewrite this so it says u squared, okay, so the way that you do this is as follows. You take the first term and we say what squared is going to be equal to x to the power of 4. Okay, because so I'm trying to replace this. I'm trying to put in some u. What squared is going to give us x to the power 4? Okay, because look, I want my u to be something squared. So I want to be able to replace this so it says u squared. So what should the u be? All right, so what squared is x to the power 4? I'm going to use some of our skills that we've learned in taking a power to a power, and that would be x to the power of 2. X squared, all raised to the power of 2, means 2 times 2, which is 4, right? Which is this. So my u is going to be x squared. Okay, that's how we were able to define our u variable. So we can rewrite this now as 2u squared. Okay, because look, x to the power of 4, right? We can rewrite that as u squared because x squared is u. So u squared, all right, plus, oh, let's get rid of that little dot there. All right, and then right here, plus 5. And what is x squared? Oh, x squared is u. So plus u, it should be times 5u. I could get this. There we go. So 5u minus 12 equals 0. And see, now it's written in standard form. Okay, so let me go over that process again there. That's a tad bit weird just the way it works. So we want to rewrite this problem. Okay, it says write each equation in the form of au squared plus bu plus c. So I want to basically substitute my variable so it has u in there. And the way you do that is you take the first term, ignore the 2 for right now, we don't care about the coefficient, and put parentheses squared. Something squared must equal x to the power 4. And the reason why I use squared is because of this square right here. I'm trying to put in some u. Some u squared is going to replace x to the power 4. So you just put a blank right there, and you try to figure out what that is to get squared. And that's why it's going to be x squared. And then that's how we replace x to the power 4 with u squared plus 5u minus 12. All right, well, let's do a few more examples there. And we're doing the same thing. We're trying to write this so it's in the form of au squared plus bu plus c equals 0. Okay, so the way that we do that is we take always our first term, ignore the coefficient, and we say what squared is going to give us this term right here, x plus 5 squared. So what do I square to get x plus 5 squared? Well, this one's probably not as difficult as the last one. Obviously, wouldn't it be x plus 5? X plus 5 squared is the same thing as x plus 5 squared. So this right here is our u. Okay? So if we know what our u is, then that means that's u then. So that means that's 2u squared, right? This right here is u. U is x plus 5 minus 7, and then x plus 5 is u. And then plus 6 equals 0. And see how we were able to rewrite now our quadratic in terms of u there. Okay? And let's do one more here. Okay. Let's scroll down. So again, we want to write it as au squared plus bu plus c equals 0. So we want to take our first term, and then we want to say what squared, okay, because we want to write it as something squared that has to be equal to x to the power of 4 over 3. So what squared is x to the power of, what squared is x to the power of 4 over 3? Okay, so we're going to have to use what we learned about, again, multiplying the exponent. So this is going to be an x, and then wouldn't we just do 2/3? Because 2 times 2/3 is 4/3. 2 times 2 is 4, and then like you could put a 1 underneath the 2, and then you're just going to get 1 times 3 is going to be 3 right there. So this right here is our u. So let's rewrite this now. I can rewrite this as u squared, right? Because again, x to the power 4/3 is u squared. This guy right here, x to the power 2/3 is u. So u squared, see, minus 8 times u, because x to the power 2/3 is u, and then plus 16 equals 0.